Hi, how are you guys? Actually, I was first. What's up? What's up? Looks like I already got some responses. Hello, hello. I'm still setting up. That song was not long enough for me to set up everything. Let's see. All right, so I'll start going through them right now. So this one gonna take me to Discord. Hang on. This one's from Stania, and they just said throw in type riff XD or XD. It's all good, Spencer. No worries. It's okay. You don't have to say hi to me. Let me know if this is too loud. Volume's good. Sick. Okay. Welcome in, everyone. All the new people that dropped in. I kind of forgot that I was supposed to be critiquing the mix. I was just kind of chilling. let me hear it one more time. I would say for me, I feel like the kick would be really nice if it was just a little bit more punchy. Maybe it's just because I turned it down a lot for myself. Like I hear the low end of the kick, but it's not like kicking me in the head, which is what I like. That's personal. But that aside from the personal opinion, that may be. I just feel like it's a little too much click in comparison to like the low end. I feel like if it hit in the low end a little harder, that would kind of elevate it a lot more. Uh, I had something else. I guess I don't. I really like the balance though. I'm like really picky when it comes to how cymbals sit in the mix. And these are kind of loud, but they're not overbearing, which is what I want to do, but I can't. So overall, I would say this is sick, honestly. Aside from just the kick, but that's again personal preference. That goes hard. The only actually I remember the beginning. Like it's like really crushed and I really like it. But those impacts right where the instruments come in, I feel like if they like ducked the mix a little harder or if they had like maybe like a shorter impact just to kind of make it like really slam in that one spot, kind of like leaking my own song again. Jeez. But kind of like what I did with this, where it's like outside of the mix bus, where it like really takes over the instruments for like that split second just to make it really explode. I feel like that would be sick too. But other than that, I have nothing else to add. I think it sounds sick enough already. That's just being nitpicky. I am gonna like kind of fly through some of these because I don't have like a crazy amount of time today. Okay. This one is from Vazilla. I hope I Vazilla. They say a mix I put together demoing the distant tone suite amp. Nice. Love that amp. It's so good for ambience, man. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I've been mixing for 4 years now. Sick. Let's see. Hello, welcome in. Dude, that's like definitely something I would write with Cleans. I think for after 4 years, dude, I wish my mixes sounded like this after 4 years too. It took me like 8. I'm not even joking. But oh, dude, I sucked for so long. But that's beside the point. With I see you're using the metal One Kit Wonder. I have such a love-hate relationship with One Kit Wonder kits because like they're so limited in a sense, but like I feel like even adding like a little bit of like bus compression on the drums, even though it's like a premixed kit. I don't know if you have had already, but like I forget what I did. I'll open it. Hang on. Let me like hide this because I don't know if something I shouldn't show yet will come up. Let me see. But while that's loading, I might start lagging. Let me hear the tone again. I would say aside from the drum thing I'm about to show, uh I feel like the bass, like the low end isn't quite there. I would like the low end is consistent, but I feel like it would really benefit from having more sub from the bass. And I feel like having a more aggressive grit track, I don't know if you split the I don't know if you split the signal, but if you don't, you definitely should. But having a more aggressive grit track to kind of push the high end of the guitar and just kind of make it feel more meshed and actually as oh, you did? Okay. So yeah, I feel like even just making a more aggressive grit track would really help. This is what I did for. Oh, wait, it's gonna lag again. Did I not? Is this the right thing? Okay, here's the bus. So what I did for the one kit wonder I had that made it really, really sound a lot better because this is before and then after. Aside from like absolutely killing the high end for no reason, I did the nollie trick because I felt like it helped the snare, even though it's pre-mixed, it helped the snare kind of sit in a little bit better. And then this is just, you can do the same thing with like distressor, but uh, I don't even know how to explain this because I like used it once. But I'll just like do a before and after so you can hear what it's bringing out. And then with it on. Just giving it a lot more punch. So I feel like just little moves like that after would really help. Wait, I missed something. Hang on, let me read. Low end on the bass or kicks is what I'm trying to balance the two together. Never. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm just not going to be on there. But like for my kick, I don't even cut the sub. Maybe I should. But this is generally what they look like, aside from like maybe a dip right here around like 150, 250 ish range, because that just that buildup that goes there. But this is the Buster kit, so it's not going to be too relevant. Uh, but the bass, I only roll off around like a really slow, like not steep at all, roll off for around 43. It obviously varies, but try to cut less and see how it works. And then when you cut less, just try to like side chain it. And that way, like it really balances each other out, regardless of frequencies maybe clashing. And jeez, um, yeah, for the bass grit, I would also try putting the same IR that you're using on the guitar on the grit track because that'll also help glue in when you make the grit track a little more aggressive. I'm gonna close the responses for now because I already have a lot. I'm sorry. But yeah, I feel like if you did that and then just kind of made the guitar sit with the bass more, it would really hit. Because the balance on the mix is good. Maybe I would do the guitars a little quieter too. Maybe like a dB or a dB and a half. But overall, I like it. Good job. I wish I could show my first mix I ever did, but I'm like legally not allowed to because of Nail the Mix. dB penchant. This one is from Bist. First time using Ode Home drums. Let's see. I love Odham drums, but I hate the cymbals. I will forever hate the cymbals. They're way too hard to work with. What happened? They are also too washy. This goes hard. Oh, there's the atmosphere. There we go. So the first thing I noticed was the guitar has like a really digital fizz to it. Like around the high end. Show what I do. I guess I didn't do it on this mix. Oh, there it is. So, cutting around like up to about 16,000-ish, I find really helps get rid of that digital fizz. And you may have to do some like little like adjustments up here as well. But yeah, I'm hearing a lot of that in the guitar where it's just like really fizzy. It's not bad necessarily. Like sometimes it is desirable depending on like what kind of sound design you're doing. But that's way too complicated for me to explain in my tiny brain. But generally I would cut like around a roll off around 16,000 and then just listen to it in the mix and see where the sweet spot is. And then there was something else. Oh, the atmospheric parts here, like the leads. I feel like those should definitely be louder. I feel like they're a little too quiet. Like if I didn't hear those few notes, I wouldn't really hear the rest of it because I don't know what I'm trying to listen to, if that makes sense. So I feel like that being louder. And what you can also do to, like if you want them to be a little bit more tucked in the back, even just automating the main rhythm guitars in those sections that you have it, just down a few dB, not a few dB, but down a little bit, it'll help kind of bring those forward a little bit more. And I do notice that a lot of the higher notes poke through a lot more than the lower notes, so maybe compressing it a little harder might help bring the volume of everything all up into one general level, which would also help it kind of stick out a bit more. And aside from that, I would also say I don't hear it in the drums, but I hear it in the guitar and the bass. It just kind of sounds like, it almost sounds like they're limited. Am I wrong? It just sounds like it's being pushed too hard by something, which is causing them to distort more than they probably should. Which could be compression, not necessarily only limiting, but let me see. I lost the chat. There we go. But yeah, those are the only things I would say for this mix. Like the balance again is good. I like the balance of everything. The it just sounds too pushed, in my opinion. But overall, good job. I like the song too. The next one is from Blackwinged. They said, I'm not sure about the lead tone in the solo. Watch it be like the greatest one ever. Andreas, thank you. Thank you. Chris Barretto, who's that? The Hello Kitty guitar, hey! So I'm gonna pause it here because I know you like specifically were asking about the solo. I feel like the tone is sick. I just feel like it's lacking a lot of like delay, reverb kind of addition to the signal. Um, I feel like that would help kind of glue it in and kind of fill out into the mix a lot more as well. Just and it wouldn't stick out too much either. Um, there was a part somewhere over here where the vocals were like the main focus. Or was it? I don't remember where it was. But there was a part where the vocals, it was like just vocals and drums or something. And then like I could really hear whatever's like whatever's processing your vocals, like I really heard a lot of artifacting on some of the syllables that were being screamed. And I feel like maybe it's being pushed a little bit too hard. Um, I I don't know what the vocal chain looks like, and I'm not one to talk about vocal chains because my vocal chain is like 100 plugins, and I'm not joking. But if someone who has more experience mixing vocals, I don't think it's the de-esser. It sounded more like it sounded more just like hitting like some sort of distortion way too hard, only for those like little sections. You cupped to vocals a lot. I see. I don't think that would matter too much though. But aside from the vocals, yeah, it sounds clipping. That's the word. Thank you, Dennis. Jeez, I swear I'm not a professional, and that proves it. Aside from that, though, the drums just feel kind of underprocessed in comparison to the rest of the song. Uh, they feel very, very raw in in terms of the rest of the song, especially because uh, like I can hear the kick, I can hear the snare, I can hear everything fine, but they don't really have the same feel as the guitar and bass do. Like there's parts where it does sound. Are you using triggers by chance? But I guess that doesn't matter in terms of the mix. But I feel like the drums are just lacking some punch and processing as well. Should you add a compressor? Yeah, I would always say yes. But that's me. I also have a lot of skill issues. All MIDI with GGD, Modern Massive Invasion, and One Kit Wonder. I see. I see. Yeah, I'm not really good with drum mixes either. So it's hard to say. But I feel like for my kick, I use um distressor. Pull it up. And I will like mess with the input until it's like slamming it pretty hard. and then I find 10 attack and I'll put whatever really sounds good for the song. I find that really helps bring it out. So try that. Even if you don't have Distressor, I'm sure that translates well to anything with any compressor, as long as it's a fast compressor. Like some compressors are better because they're slower, but I feel like drums, and especially for kicks, for like super punch, then a faster compressor is definitely the way. Our bass for the low end also goes hard, yes. I haven't tried the UAD one. See, I didn't even know that there was a sweet spot. I hate mixing drums, so that's news to me. But this next one is from Anar Anarchos, and they said, I submitted this with you a few weeks back. Now here's the final version. Please tell people to subscribe to me at Anarchos Official on YouTube. Go subscribe to Anarchos on YouTube. I'll put the link in the chat in case anyone likes it. This isn't it. There it is. Ooh, damn. I remember this one. I feel like this one is balanced really well. I don't quite remember what I said last time, but the balance on this one is much, much better. Or at least I like the balance on this one a lot. I see. The drums, specifically the snare. It's almost done, I'll just let it finish. I really love the snare. I like the snare. But I do agree with Dennis as well. The kick does need a little bit of work still, I would say. It just feels a little like it feels like there's a little too much low end, so it's not punching as much, even though it is kind of punchy. There's just like that sub information that's just kind of built up, and it makes it feel not as punchy as it actually is. At least to me. I could be wrong. Something off about the tone. Let me see. I feel like the I know there's low end in the guitar. I just feel like sometimes like when you're doing like the high notes or like the bendy stuff, it almost feels like it's only high end that's going through and not the low end. So I feel like maybe you're just cutting too much of the body of the guitar in your EQ, perhaps. And that's kind of making it have that off feel, maybe, is what Melodist is probably referring to. Sidechaining the kick to the bass could also help. But I do think there's something about the sub of the whole mix. I think particularly the drums, the kick is a little bit too much. But overall, it is much better than last time, because I do remember listening to this one, and I like this one, especially the atmospheric elements that they fit. This next one is from Jonathan the Great. They say, "Do my drums sound less raw than last time?" They do sound a lot less raw. I think I'll pause it. The drums are much less raw than last time, 100%. But at the same time, I feel like they are now much louder than the rest of the song. Like not the cymbals. The cymbals I think are fine. The cymbals are fine. The snare is a little loud for my personal taste, but that's subjective. Don't worry about that. But the kick, I feel like that's overpowering everything else in the mix. Also for the guitars, I feel like there's a lot of 1K on the DI coming through. And 1K, I also have a really love-hate relationship with, because you want that to be boosted, but at the same time, if it's boosted too much, it sounds kind of scratchy. Let me show exactly what I'm talking about, because I feel like I even like cut the hell out of it here. Hang on. So like this frequency, like if I take that out, you hear how it's like that really like, can't even like replicate it. But like that, it there sounds like there's a lot of that in the guitar signal. So yeah, I feel like that impact slamming the mix bus could be cool, just because it'll make it feel less. Because like how it is now, it kind of feels like it just kind of like pushed it on, but like I feel this is probably personal preference too, but I like it when it just like punches you in the head. So I'm always gonna say that. But yeah, aside from those two things, like the kick being a little too loud and that frequency buildup in the DI for the guitar, like around 980, 1K ish range, I feel like that would really help a lot, especially with the clarity of the overall sound. My impacts are never in the mix bus either, so it could just be the samples. You can also try and do what I do here. Like I have multiple impacts stacked and I kind of just volume balance them in a way that I like. And so rather than just having like one, I I just sound design my own. So you can also try that. You have 10. I have 8 because this these 4 tracks are also in right here. But I wanted them to be harder, so I did another. So they're duplicated. But yeah, this next one is from Denass or Maltherus. I'm sorry if I say that wrong. And yes, new Reaper theme. I'm using the Reaper Tips theme. So Denass or Maltherus. They say some vocals might be slightly out of time. I added more layers last minute. I will fix those before release probably. Probably means no. See ya, Natty. Thank you for dropping by. As soon as my computer stops being slow. Dude is bricked. -4 lefts and it shows. I am going to pause up here because this is a long one and I want to still get through the other responses too. I knew I would like this part. Of course. Honestly, Dennis just wanted to show off. He knew I wouldn't be able to say anything. Okay, I'm gonna be nitpicky because there's nothing I can think of that would add any value. The snare gets kind of drowned out by the instruments in some areas, like around this spot. Not this spot. Hang on. Like right here, that drum fill. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I actually noticed that I would want to change myself after listening to practically the whole song. Dude just wanted to show off. Everyone point and laugh at him. No, but Dennis, he joined Lore Weaver, so that's an impromptu little announcement for now. So if you like the sound of that, you might like the new Lore Weaver. I would personally do sidechain it to the guitars. It sounds like the guitars are probably the things that are drowning it out a little bit. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know how to help you, dog. Deeb Tor, you're not gonna be my moderator anymore. This next one is from Vertex, and they say work in progress cover of Labyrinthian, no vocals yet. Instrumentals recorded and recreated myself. Very nice. I had a goal to do that very same thing with every single Periphery song, and I very quickly gave up. What's up, Angie? All right. A Minecraft anvil. Was it? I'm going to pause it right here because I have to say this. I am like 100% convinced that the labyrinthian clean tone that is in that section that we just listened to is just the Gojira uh, clean January preset. I swear to God. Like, as is, it is almost 1-to-1. I promise, try it. It's either January or December. I forget. It's one of these two. But I swear it's the same thing. When I threw it on the Nail the Mix session, I was like, what the hell? I didn't even touch it. Like, it's 1-to-1. Anyway, I just had to say that. I would say the noise gate for the guitar. Actually, I didn't ask Dennis, but the the main tone, the noise gate needs work, or at least clean up like the sections between the guitar takes, so that way there's no noise. Because I'm hearing a lot of string noise in between the chugs where there's supposed to be silence, and it does sound a little. I hear the Minecraft thing now every time. But yeah, editing would really help with the overall tightness of it. The takes sound a little loose. I know this is a work in progress, so I know I'm not gonna like go too deep into editing and all that because it is work in progress. I know you said that. Um, the the tone for the guitar I feel like is really close to what would be really good. It just needs a little bit more processing so it sounds a little less loose because uh it doesn't sound it sounds kind of muddy in some way. If I would say if cutting like 250 and 500 hertz on the DI doesn't help, then try it after the amp. Again? Okay. Chat clip that. Overall though, like keeping in mind that it is a work in progress, it's on the right path, like 100%. Don't get me wrong. But do try that Gojira preset if you have it. It's perfect 1-to-1. Swear. And then let's see. This next one is from August Silhouette. They say this song is coming out this upcoming Wednesday. Nice. And the mix and musical style is inspired by old metalcore as well as other influences. I'm not really going for an ultra modern style. The vocals are around 30 to 40 layers of harmonized singing for a choir effect. That sounds insane. I love the tone. I knew this part was coming. I was gonna pause it, and I was like, no, I gotta hear the slowdown. Okay. Got me staring up at the club. I love this tone, dude. That tone is so good. Honestly, I know like you said, you're not going for ultra modern, you're going for like early metalcore, right? This nails it. Like for real, for real, for real on sorry. Uh I don't even really have I honestly don't have anything like of value to add to this. Like it definitely nails the vibe you're going for the song. I love the vocal layers. Like when I saw 30 to 40 layers, I was like, "Oh, okay. That's a little excessive." But like I see what you're going for. That it works. Definitely works. And when I say excessive, I'm extremely excessive myself, so don't even worry about it. My recent song I released with my band has like 136 tracks. And like, trust me, I get it. The vocals and vocal reverb could be cleaned up a bit. Sounds like a masking the instrumental a bit for me. Yeah, I can see that. I kind of like the drowned out sound though, personally. So take that as you will, if you want to adjust or not. It's just in Blake hates anyone who puts out a lot of work in something. Yeah, I hate it, man. Speaking of vocals, I was struggling with vocals quite a bit, like quite a bit. Like I almost quit mixing kind of a bit. I highly recommend Waves Vocal Writer. It saved my life. It really did. It you just put it on and you don't even like it levels everything for you. For real. It's I would not have been able to do it. So like I can show an example. So I have this on every vocal bus, so it's probably not going to be as big of a huge difference, but I'll play like this part right here. And with it on. And yeah, so when I say my vocal chain is like 1,000 plugins, I wasn't joking, as you can probably hear. But yeah, it's a really nice plugin. So I would definitely recommend it next time if you have like 40 vocal tracks. It would really help. This next one is from Josh Bailey. They say, I just buy tracks and scream over them. Fair. That's me. You guys. I feel like I'll play it a little longer. So before I say anything, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but you said you buy songs and scream over them. Did you mix the song as well? Or just the vocals? That's a big factor. But the vocals, I feel like the vocals are good. I think they're just a little loud, and maybe saturating them would help kind of fill them out into the mixed as well. And start watching this stream. I'm gonna click on it, and I swear to God. Oh wow. That's me. I thought you were gonna do something stupid. Well, I guess you did. But yeah, I can't really, I don't really know what to comment on because I don't know how much of this you mixed. I don't know if you mixed the song as well. But I would say the vocals are I would say the vocals are just a little too loud, and saturating them would help glue them into the mix a lot more. So yeah, that would be my 2 cents for this one. But this next one is from DB. Uh, he says, I think the mids on the drums would get lost. Plus the guitar tone sucks, but that's about it. I really like this little like harmonic right here. Like just that first one, like it goes so hard. I love that. I do see what you mean about the mids on the drums getting lost and the guitar tone. I honestly, I feel like the tone would go hard if you just honestly add fresh air to the mids. Have you tried that? And I forgot to mention about the super chat. I see that you wanted to send one. Thank you for wanting to. I need to fix my Google account thing, so I can't take them right now. It's okay. I do appreciate the that you want to do it for me. I really do. Thank you. But it's in limbo right now, so it's okay. It's I promise. Fresh air is all over for real. I felt that. But I feel like the tone would match really well. Maybe you just need to adjust the bass. Because I feel like the tone is definitely doing it, at least to my ear. I think the bass, if you were to kind of push it up into the guitar more, I feel like that would be it. Try that. But yeah, I have a few more to go through. Uh, I will. There's two more, and then I do have to go because I have to go to my mom's for dinner. Um, yeah, the guitar tone was nice. Like I don't know what Abib is talking about. This one is from Maxine from When You Go. They say, I would love your opinion on the section from 1 minute, 10 seconds to 3 minutes. Thank you so much for your time. No problem. Fair enough. So you said 1 minute, 10. Hang on, I don't know how to use this website. 1 minute 10 to 3. So I like the song. The song is sick. The biggest thing that stood out to me over everything, however, was ignore that. There's like a crazy amount of, I'll just loop this right here. What was it? There's like a lot of like around 430-ish hertz. Like around 420 to like 430. There's like a lot of that buildup of like, I guess you would call that honkiness in the guitar tone. And I feel like addressing that would really, really help. Yeah, because like with that buildup in that range I just said, maybe it's a little lower too. Uh, it makes it feel kind of dull and pulled back at least in my headphones. But I feel like getting rid of that would help make the balance of the low end and the high end a lot more pleasing and not muffled or pulled back, because the high end, it's there. Like I hear it. I kind of hear that frequency in the drums as well. I think the kick. Mostly the guitar. Because honestly, like, yeah, if you were to address that, it would feel a lot more balanced. Where can we submit mixes for this in the future? It is in the description. I have the link to the drive, or not the drive, the dock. I only have time for one more. and it's from Alex. So we will go from there. I will stream again next week though. I know I said I like to stream every week and I kind of stopped for a few weeks. I got busy. But but yeah, I will go through this last one. This one's from Alex. They say this is probably the final mix for the song, except for two transitions that are ruined by the sidechain, but I didn't have time to fix them, so this is what we have currently. Been mixing for about a year. If my computer wants to stop slugging around, there we go. Colossus. That's a cool name. And of course, of course. You say to skip, but this is sick. I'll cut it off around like here. And regarding the submissions, oh, hang on. This goes hard. That's not the most enticing part. What do you mean? That was sick. That was like, that goes crazy hard. What are you talking about? But regarding the submissions, it kind of depends on how fast they roll in. Uh, I I don't really typically have a tight time frame like I do today because I do have to go to meet my mom. So I didn't have too much time, so I had to close it a bit early. So it kind of just depends. Yeah, there's not really a set time. But I need let's see. I need you to hear the last part though. I need feedback on the sound design. Okay. I really like it. I really, really like it. The only thing that I would say would make it kind of feel a little bit cooler. Uh, I was just about to say that too, Dennis. The like even if it's not quieter, adding some like like I want to say reverb, but not like have it where it's like a vocal throw, but just kind of like make it where it kind of feels more a little bit spacey. That could definitely be cool. The piano, I feel like pulling back the wet dry knob on the reverb could be nice. So that way it's a little more wet and not so dry. What I would also probably do for this is because like what I'm hearing in my head, what I'm hearing in my head is it being like kind of more like a little bit more washed out. But what you can do is you can send the dry signal up into another track. So that way you have more control over how much of the reverb you want in certain parts. Because I feel like this first hit is really cool when it's loud. But I feel like these runs would be cool if they were kind of more spacey. I know that's like a really complicated way to do it, but I'm kind of stupid. But that's my opinion. I really like it. The only thing I would say objectively, the background like texture stuff that you have going on like really harshly cuts off right here. I would say like find some way to drag that out and kind of like how the piano is here, how the reverb kind of carries it off into nothing. Try to do that with the texture tracks. That would really help. I get like really passionate when it comes to talking about layers like this, if you couldn't tell. But overall, too, like the song, I I would say for like those screeching parts that you're using the modulation for, uh, volumate, automate the volume down so that way it's a more consistent volume with the rhythm. I feel like that would really help. But aside from that, this goes crazy. Pod Farm is the way to go, 100%. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about that one. It goes crazy hard. And for apparently a year of mixing, that's insane. It took me over almost 10 years to get this song, and I'm still not even completely satisfied with it. It's, man, some of you guys are just too good. That's fair. But yeah, I do have to get going. Ignore my messy bed. I do have to get going to visit my mom, so I do have to go. Thank you guys for stopping by. I will stream next week. I'm not It's non-negotiable. I'm gonna force myself a but yeah. If you want to join the Discord server, the link is in the description. I'm probably still gonna text on there because I mean I'm a quiet person in real life, even more so than I am on stream and in videos. So I'll probably hide away on my phone. So I'll see you guys on the Discord if you're there, or if you want to join and say hi. Hi. Goodbye.